So you have a child who's autistic and they're starting to communicate, and now you want to teach them how to write, but they're really struggling with getting the words down on the paper. Well, that's actually pretty common, and that's for a few different reasons. So let's talk about it. Children with autism typically struggle with things like fine motor skills, executive functioning, and also sensory sensitivities. All three of these things make it very challenging for them to write words down on paper. Now, why is that? Let's break it down. Executive functioning. This is planning out and processing and organizing all of these thoughts. You're trying to write a sentence and you're thinking about all of the words at once, and therefore you can't get to the next word. That makes it pretty hard to write down a sentence, let alone a whole paragraph. Let's talk about the other reasons. Sensory sensitivities. Now, why would writing be something that somebody struggles with in terms of sensory sensitivities? Well, paper can feel really weird on the back of your hand or maybe on your fingernails. Or the sound a certain pencil or pen makes on the paper might feel really weird for their ears to hear. So it might be something that's a little unpleasant for them, and you might have to find the proper materials to make it a better experience. Now let's talk about fine motor skills and challenges associated with that. We're writing really small, or even if we're writing big letters, that's a lot of different directions and motions for hands to make, let alone just grabbing the pencil. Children with autism often struggle with holding on to really small things and those fine motor skills used in your hand to grasp that pencil and then create those shapes. So the combination of all three of these different things might make it really challenging. Now, we've identified why it could be challenging for somebody with autism to learn how to write, but what are the effective solutions for this, or what can we do at home to help? There are things called multisensory approaches to teaching handwriting for children, especially children with autism. Now, what does that look like? It looks like using different senses to create a better experience for that child. So maybe they're writing, and on that writing, they're tracing in sand because they like the feeling of sand on their finger, and they're tracing their letters with the sand. That could be a fun way to incorporate sensory play into learning the different shapes of letters. Visual aids are another great way to help children learn, so they might want to trace something to begin with. Just seeing a letter C is very challenging for a child with fine motor skills issues to recreate that. So giving them a guide to follow along with that shape is also very beneficial. Auditory support is another way to enforce those skills in handwriting. Using things like songs for different letters might make that process more fun, or it might spark a little bit of a reminder of, oh, it's the letter D, and I know the song we sing for the letter D. It could also just make it more fun. Now, of course, there's a ton of adaptive tools and accessories for writing, whether that looks like a pencil grip or a really big pencil that you can use your whole hand on. There's lots of different ways to make writing more comfortable for an individual. Now, there's a ton of technology out there that can help your child learn handwriting. Specifically on Goalie, there's an app called Penguin Pen, and in Penguin Pen, we use those multisensory approaches to help teach handwriting. So you start by tracing letters with your finger on the screen, and they're all different sizes. And as you're tracing that letter, we're giving you sensory input for your sounds, and you're hearing these different things that makes the approach to writing much easier for a child with autism. Now, the best part about Penguin Pen is that as your child progresses through learning handwriting, they also receive points. And with those points, they can then get rewards. Now, if you want to gamify writing, it might make the process a bit more fun and rewarding for your child to learn handwriting. So if you want to learn more about our handwriting app, Penguin Pen, go over to getgoalie.com and check out our awesome kids tablet. It's got AAC devices, handwriting apps, life skills videos, and everything else you can imagine, all in one app. And it's all controlled by you, the parent, on your phone. If you found this video helpful, give us a like, hit the subscribe button. If you didn't find it helpful, comment down below and ask us a question. Maybe suggest what else we could have talked about. Thanks for watching, and if you want more information, there is a blog post linked below all about handwriting. Thank you.